All right, Chapter 6. It was great waking up in the fort with the whole day and another whole night ahead of us. It was at that moment when I realized the real beauty of a fort. There's nobody to tell you what to do or when to do it. I felt my hand throbbing a little, so I held it up to have a look. There was just enough early morning light coming through the trees so I could see. It looked okay. I remember Aunt Hilda asking if I had had a tetanus shot. I said yes, but I had no idea really. Suddenly, a book I'd read popped into my head. It was about some old-time explorers who were trying to find a river in Canada. They got totally lost and ended up spending the winter, which they hadn't planned to do, and they all died of starvation and cold, except for the guy who lived to write the book. And one of them got cut with a dirty knife and got tetanus, except in the book, they mostly called it lockjaw. The book included gruesome, detailed descriptions of all the guys dying. The author really got into telling about the guy with tetanus, how his body spazzed uncontrollably, his neck muscles got all stiff, and how he died with a horrible grin frozen on his face because his jaws clenched tight and wouldn't move. Thinking about all this gave me an idea for a terrific trick to play on Augie. I waited until he started squirming around in his sleeping bag, making little noises like he was starting to wake up, and I let out a loud moan. Augie squirmed some more and rolled over onto his back, eyes closed. I moaned again. Said Augie. What was that? I moaned louder and longer. Augie suddenly shot up in a sitting position, looking around confused. What's that? What's going on? I tightened my face into a horrible frozen grin, and just the way I'd imagined the guy from the book looked. Keeping my neck stiff, I twitched in a series of shivery spasms. From between clenched teeth, I opened to gasp, "Lockjaw!" Augie stared at me in dismay. What's the matter with you, Wyatt? He said. I made the whole length of my body go spazzy again, and I stared up at Augie all wide-eyed and crazed. I can't, he said. What are you? Are you sick? I held up my injured hand. Tetanus. Lockjaw. Wyatt, can't you talk normal? I can't understand you. What the heck is the matter with you? Augie looked at me, a mix of horror and frustration on his face. I spazzed again, then pointed weakly towards the notepad and pen which I had set on the orange crate shelf the night before. Augie jumped to his feet, grabbed them, and handed them to me. Keeping the upper half of my body and my face rigid, I took the pen, held it in a claw-like grip, and wrote, shakily, Lockjaw. Augie stared at the word, his jaw dropping. Dying, I added. Augie's eyes bugged. Wait, no, don't die, wait! He stood stock still for a second, clearly trying to think. What should I do? Should I go for help? He nodded, yes. You stay right here, but don't die. I'll be right back. And I couldn't keep it together any longer. Watching Augie freak out was just too much. I started shaking with silent laughter. At first, Augie looked at me with even deeper concern, no doubt worried that I was entering my final death throes. Then, when he realized that I was actually laughing hysterically at him, he fell to his knees and started pummeling me with his fists. He wasn't really hitting me hard, and I was partly protected by the sleeping bag, so it barely even hurt. I wish, I said, gasping for air between bursts of laughter, you could have seen your face. In a high, shrill voice, I cried, don't die, you can't die. You're gonna die all right, you little twerp, said Augie, furiously grabbing both of my arms, holding them right now. I grinned, the horrible frozen grin at him, and said, Lockjaw. At this, Augie cracked up, and we both rolled around for a little while until we were able to get a hold of ourselves. So all in all, it was a pretty great way to start out our second day.